Hello folks, Jumbo Kobo here, also known as Avanhu, featuring a SP run for the Scherzo of Iron and Blood event. Now, I'm not gonna claim the fleet that I got to do this is the best. I'm just using this fleet because it does the job well. It lets me finish this run, well, hopefully without any trouble. And the goal, as always, is to demonstrate how effective certain build compositions are, especially with the context of event maps, uh, especially the SP maps. Now, do take note here, Fleet 2 is my mob fleet. I'm taking advantage of the XP from this map, especially for my Perseus. I'm pairing her up with my Akashi, along with our Warspite retrofit. And for the Vanguard of Fleet 2, we've got Buddy, my favorite CL, along with Sandy retrofit and Helena retrofit. Both of which are undergoing training. Hopefully by next week I'd have them both at max level. Or maybe the next 2 weeks from now. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best here. As for Fleet 1, we've got our boss fleet made up of Hood, level 120, and Queen Elizabeth. And for our healer, we've got our Unicorn. Although sometimes I switch her up with Illustrious. There's also, for our Vanguard, Dido and Eldritch, supported by our London retrofit. So without further ado, here we go with our run. Now, usually whenever I deal with the map chasers or the higher risk level enemies, I just lure them towards the attack range of my sub so we could get some debuffs on them. Although for the sake of oil efficiency, I'm keeping my submarine in her attack mode and not using her in the actual fights. So while we're waiting for them, we just move our ships around. I'm using the boss fleet to to let the turns pass and have the enemies move. So we go ahead and just let them fight. I mostly do this run for auto or while using auto mode. But if I feel that the risk level is too high, I just go for on manual. For this instance, I've been running this for almost a week now, or 2 weeks now. And, well, as you can see, it's not all that difficult. Although there were instances where I've had some close calls. I'm gonna have the sub do the debuff There we go. I don't know if everyone follows this rule, but personally, I just ever since I had my first level 120, whenever I wanted to train either my vanguard or my main fleet, I just go and put at least one train unit in between a pair of max level units. I know that lowers the chance for them to get MVP, but at the very least, no, just the basic principle of power leveling, especially when the fights don't take too long, like in that other one. I'm switching to support mode so that I still have one ammo for my sub. I'm just gonna wait for the enemy to get too close, and then that's when I switch back to attack mode. Here we're going to switch back to attack mode. And we're gonna move our lure, our boss fleet. Switch back to our mob fleet. And there we go. I don't know if you saw that, but personally speaking, I don't exactly know what happens when a sub is on attack mode. I just see that there's some sort of in the instance I saw just now, something like minus 11 something something percent. I don't know exactly what that means, so if anyone knows, feel free to answer in a comment. Or just, I just know that it's a debuff for the enemy. I don't know specifically what gets debuffed, or if it reduces the max HP or something for the enemy fleet that got hit by the sub attack. Okay. Now, if I recall correctly, you need to kill 6 or 7 mobs before the boss shows up here. I'm not sure about the exact number, but I do know that I have a fleet with a repair ship, so I got 6 ammo for this one, for my mob fleet. Okay, that's the 5th mob fleet. Oh, so as it appears, we need 7 mob fleets to beat. We'll go for this one. As the last of our emergency repair, hopefully this would last us well into the boss fight, since we're going to switch out with our boss fleet by that point. I heard that there's this trick for farming PR ships. If you have for example, if the ship you're developing is a Vanguard type unit, of course it was already updated that they won't say cruiser but rather Vanguard ships if it's a Vanguard ship, especially among the PR1 spammers out there. So I heard or I read somewhere that there's this trick where you put your Vanguard, or at least one of the ships that you're using to farm for XP for a PR build, into the dorm, and then of course while you're grinding you're using them and while they're also in the dorm, I think that gives a massive pacing boost in terms of how long you have to keep your PR ship in the dorm. Well, there goes Mob Fleet number 7. And there's a boss fleet. With that, it's looking nice. I'm gonna play it safe and reposition our sub so that she'd be able to reach the enemy boss fleet, and we'll be able to summon a bunch of subs to hopefully help out with the boss fleet's attempt to destroy Bismarck. There we go. I think I'm gonna try and go on manual mode for this one. Our strategy would be to save up on Unicorn's airstrike, and then opportunistically spam those at a point when the boss is already out. So you're just gonna rely on Hood and Queen Elizabeth for the main damage, especially for the mob trash. I'm gonna go and start the battle. Oh, seems I need to enhance a bit. Be right back. Okay, time for the boss fleet. As I mentioned a while ago, we're gonna go manual for this one. But most of the time we'll just be standing in as close to the enemies as possible, so we can start hitting them as soon as they spawn. We'll only be using some torps and some BB fire barrage. So we might hope we'll be able to show them off all in this particular run. Go full auto now and summon our subs. And there we go. Sorry, I kind of fell asleep there. And that's our SP run. Now, if you got to this point, I thank you for your patience and your joining us for this ride. This is Avahoob or Jumbo Kobo signing out. Feel free to sub if you feel like it. Like, dislike, comment, whatever floats your boat. That's it. Bye bye for now, and see you on the next video.